Hi guys, my name is Quinn Cully, and along with my co-founders Austin Reed and Devin Bernard, we're the team behind Jowl. I wanted to record a small demo just to explain a little bit more about exactly what Jowl does and how it can help benefit brands today. Now to start, we'll use an example for a company called EcoValve. They're an early stage company that makes a hardware product that sits between your wall and your shower head. It uses a sensor to help you reduce the amount of water that you use throughout every shower. Now they're a small team made up of 4 founders, and after going through Kickstarter they have over 400 backers, and for them communication is vital. They realize both proactively and reactively they're going to have to engage with their users, whether it's updates for their Kickstarter project or fielding questions, problems, or ideas. So for this type of communication they've looked towards tools such as email, live chat, and several others, but the one that sticks out to them is the idea of a brand community. Now to shed light on exactly what a brand community is, let's look at a few amazing examples. The first example we'll look at is PlayStation forums. This is an amazing example of a brand community that allows users to interact with the team behind PlayStation as well as other users. By using a forum-based system, they can talk about the current games they're playing, ideas for future releases, and most importantly, questions or problems that users might have. Brand communities like this allow teams to leverage something called crowdsourced support. This is the process of having users actually answer each other's questions. This is a great way to reduce the amount of support tickets that PlayStation must handle, saving the company time and money. The second is My Starbucks idea. This is another example of how powerful brand communities are. By allowing users to post and vote on ideas, they're essentially crowdsourcing innovation. Not only does this allow them to know exactly what they should launch next, but it creates amazing brand advocates that share their ideas across the web. In total, the brand community reduces the need for large, expensive focus groups and drastically improves marketing and loyalty efforts. The last example is Harley-Davidson. This world-renowned community is built around the brand and the love of motorcycles. Whether it's questions, ideas, or general conversations around riding, and even Harley-Davidson events, this community serves as a centralized place for all their users. The value that brand communities provide is undeniable. Whether it's simplifying support, improving your product, or amplifying your marketing efforts, they are becoming a vital necessity for every team. For this reason, Forrester has declared 2015 as the year of brand communities. So if brand communities are truly this valuable, why doesn't every company create one? Well, there are a few problems. As you can tell, these communities are extremely complex, making them costly to build and even harder to manage. And because they are so complex, the learning curve for users is immense for each one. They all have their own login, and once you're in, you essentially have to learn how to navigate a completely new social network. Second, users are often confused as to whether or not someone from the company is actually in here answering questions. As a result, many users revert directly to email, phone calls, or traditional support for answers. And finally, the biggest reason more brand communities don't exist is because each one of these is essentially a private social network sitting behind the back of your site. This is not an end destination for users, and as such, gaining exposure and retaining users is extremely difficult. To solve these problems, we set out to create a simplified way for brands to create, manage, and grow online brand communities. So teams like EcoValve could effectively engage with their current users and potential customers that visit their site. Within the navigation bar, you can see the tab labeled Community. And when I click it, we are led directly to another page within their site that contains their community. Everything within the border is Jowl's community tool. By using an iframe, we can replicate and embed this software directly into their page while we manage all the hosting. As you can see, the community is branded to EcoValve, including logo, information, and template color. We never want users to feel like they are being offloaded to a third-party support tool. The entire product is designed in a simplistic, flat manner to blend naturally into any site. The first and most prominent component of the community highlights the EcoValve team, and there's a big reason for this. After over 300 interviews with brands and users, we realized how important it is to give users the confidence to know exactly who they are talking to. No more emails to info@company.com, a random phone number, or live chat that ends up feeling a bit like chat roulette. Jowl is centered around the idea of humanization, connecting users directly to the humans that make up the company, whether it's the CEO, the founders, or the support reps. Under the team, there's a brief bio explaining who the brand is and the goals of their community. We also include a relief email just in case any conversations need to be privatized. But the core of our product exists here, where users have the ability to post in a simplified, organized, forum-based system. Each post is voted on by users in order to highlight the best and most important posts, in a much similar fashion to Reddit, Quora, or Stack Overflow. Within each post, conversations are threaded because we believe in real conversations, not 140-character tweets or Facebook comments. At the top here, users can search existing posts for quick, simple navigation of the entire community, whether it's existing questions that have already been answered or ideas that have already been suggested. The posts themselves are divided into 3 distinct categories in an effort to simplify and standardize the experience for users. First, questions. This category is built as an active FAQ page, helping companies assess the most important questions users have on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. No longer do teams have to respond to the same question 10 times a day through siloed email support. We allow team members and other users to directly engage with any question, facilitating crowdsourced support for teams in an effort to drastically reduce the amount of time and money spent on customer support. The second is ideas. And as Starbucks and many other brands have realized, if you give your users the opportunity to suggest and vote on new features and improvements, not only will you discover exactly what your users are looking for, but you have the opportunity to create true brand advocates and unparalleled loyalty. The last and most important category is community. This section is built to reflect some of the amazing lifestyle brands like Harley-Davidson. It is to be used creatively by brands for AMAs, company insight, blogs, and anything else that may reflect the exact culture your brand embodies. Now this community, although simplified and valuable, still exists on the back of your site. And as we learn with existing communities, this can hinder the exposure, retention, and long-term value. To solve this, we wanted to create something that would benefit both users and brands themselves, something that would revolutionize the way we interact. And what we came up with was the Jowl Network. A centralized place for all communication between brands and their communities of users. For brands, we maximize exposure and retention of your community, allowing you to consistently engage with current users and proactively source new leads. For users, we want to create conditional behavior through a standardized network. No more Googling or searching for the best way to reach a company. Jowl will be the one-stop shop for any interactions with your favorite brands. Each community is replicated from a company's site to our network, carrying over all conversations and allowing users to interact either directly on your site or straight from Jowl's network. And as we touched on before, all communities are standardized in an effort to minimize the learning curve and improve the overall user experience. Users can organize and manage all conversations based off one profile, rather than individual logins for the multiple siloed communities that exist today. In today's competitive market, customers are king, and providing an exceptional customer experience starts with simple, transparent, and honest communication. An exceptional customer experience starts with Jowl. Thank you very much. And now, if you want to get in touch with us, I'm pretty sure you'll know where to find us. Thanks. Bye.